Hey there, class. Mr. Pusky here. Hope you're having a good day so far. We're continuing with some more transformations in Chapter 9. This section is about reflections, 9.3. And so there's a couple things we can do with reflections. We can either like use a kind of a rule, kind of like we did like translation rules, or we can do kind of basically like kind of do a mirror image, like wherever the mirror is, the reflection line, we can kind of like do the same distance across the line at a right angle, okay? So let's get into this here. Zoom out here in my notes. All right, so a line of reflection, in a reflection, it's the mirror line, the what? Mirror line, okay? An easy way to check that the line of reflection, is to fold your paper, is to what? Fold your paper, okay? All right, sounds good. So there are rules that we can do for some kind of properties here. However, what I would say is it might be easier. Well, some of them don't have rules. Sometimes we just kind of have to figure it out. So yeah, so let's go ahead and do this here. So I'm going to do, let's see here. I'm going to do pink for the reflection line, okay? And then we're going to go ahead and we're going to see if we can do some reflections. All right, so we're reflecting in the line x equals 2, and we're doing this triangle here, which has the coordinates a, b, and c. So the line x equals 2, what's the line x equals 2? Is that, if it's x equals and y equals, is x equals a vertical line or a horizontal line? X equals is a vertical line through 2, so we're going to do a vertical line. Remember Hoy Bucks, if you need to refresh your memory on that, that's a good thing to do. So that's the line of reflection, okay? I'm going to use red. I'm going to graph the original points, okay? So we have A, which is 1, 2. Tell me which direction we're going to go. We're going to go right 1, up 2. Okay, that's A. All right. Then we have B is 3, 0. We're going to go which direction? Right 3 and stay. That is going to be B. And then we have C is 5, 3, which is which direction? Right 5. 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Up 3. 1, 2, 3. And that is going to be C, okay? And so we're going to use a dashed line because that's where that's the pre-image, that's where it was. And now we're going to reflect over this line, okay? And so to reflect over this line, what we're going to do, I'm going to use a new color, I'm going to use green, okay? We're going to go at a right angle, okay? At a right angle to the line, the same distance across the line, okay? So we have point A. A is one box to the left of this line. So if we go at a right angle to the line, right, and we go 1 across, you're not going to be able to see that. But basically, if you go to 1, 2, which is where A is, and you go exactly across at a right angle from A, across the line, the same distance, which is 1 box, A prime is going to be right here, okay? So it's at a right angle. I guess I'll draw that here. So it's 1 box and 1 box, and it's at a right angle to the line, okay? How about B? Where's B going to be? Well, B is 1 to the right of the reflection line, so it's going to be 1 box to the left of the reflection line. And then we have C is 3 boxes to the right of the reflection line, so we're going to go 3 boxes to the left of the reflection line, okay? And we're going to do a solid line. And so this is B prime, and this is C prime, okay? And that's kind of how you do it, all right? So you just got to figure out, just figure out where the line is and just like mirror it across the same distance and at a right angle to the line. All right, let's do one more. We have, we're reflecting, and also this was line N, by the way. This was line N, okay? So that's it for B. We're doing the same thing. We're reflecting line over line M, and we have Y equals 3. Is that a horizontal or vertical line? That's going to be a horizontal line, Y equals 3, so we're going to go up 3. We're going to do a horizontal line, okay? That's actually a bad line. Let me try to draw that better. Let's try to draw it a little bit straighter. Not wanting to cooperate. Let's see here if I can do this better. There we go. A little better, okay? So that is line M. Okay, so we're going to use the same triangle from before. So we had A is 1, 2, right 1, up 2. We have 3, 0, right 3, and stay. And we have 5, 3, which is right 5 and up 3. Okay, so this was A, B, and C. And we had a dashed line to show where it was. All right, and there's our original image. And now we're reflecting over that line M, that pink line there, okay? So where's A going to end up? If we reflect over the line, it's actually one box perpendicular below M, so we're going to go one box where? One box above M, okay? So that's going to be A prime. How about B? B is 3 boxes below the line M, so we're going to go 3 boxes above line M. That's going to be B prime. And then we have C is actually right on the line, so where's it going to be? It's going to stay right on the line, right? So we got C prime. And this is going to be our new reflection, okay? Awesome. Yeah, so you can reflect over horizontal, vertical lines. You can actually reflect over diagonal lines too, which we'll talk about in a second. All right, why don't you guys go ahead and, try checkpoint 1. It's a similar thing. See if you can figure it out. All right, so we're graphing the reflect of the same triangle from example 1 over the line y equals 2. So y equals 2, is that a horizontal or vertical line? That's a horizontal line through 2. There we go. All right, so we got to draw our original triangle. So we have 1, 2 right there. That's A. Let's see here. That's A. Okay, and we had B was 3, 0, right 3, stay. That's B. And we had C was 5, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3. And that was C. We use a dashed line. Okay, so that's our original image. And then we got to reflect over that line. So where's A prime going to be? A is on the line, so where's A prime going to be? Also on the line. It's not going to go anywhere. How about B? So B is 2 boxes below the reflection line, so we're going to go 2 boxes what? Above the reflection line. That's B prime. And how about C? C is 1 above the reflection line, so we're going to go 1 below the reflection line. So we have C prime. So that is going to be, we use a solid image there, and you can see it's kind of flipped around a little bit. All right. Okay, sounds good. I don't know I think we may have covered this in past lessons. And I don't really like why they do like AB to BA. It's kind of weird. So I think I'm going to change it. I just kind of decided that right now. So we're going to change this a little bit, okay? We are going to use X and Y, I think, because I think that would be better. So on your notes, it may be different on the filled out notes, but yeah, let's try this here, okay? So we have the endpoints of CD are those coordinates. We're reflecting over the line Y equals X, okay? All right, so a couple things. For Y equals X, yeah, let's talk about doing it that way first, okay? Yeah, let's do that. So what's line Y equals X look like if you graph that? That's going to be a 45-degree angle line. Oops, needed the pink one here. It's going to be like this. That's the line Y equals X, okay? So let's graph these points now. We had CD, so we have negative 2, 2. We go left 2, up 2. That is C. And we have D is 1, 2. Go right 1, up 2. And that's D. We're going to use a dashed line. All right, now, let's think about this here, okay? So I'm going to use green. Okay, we're still reflecting over the line, but this line is kind of angled now, right? So where's D prime going to be? Well, you can see D is like a half box diagonal from the line. So we're going to go a half box at a right angle right down here, right? Which is going to be D prime. Okay, see how we did that? It's a half box, but still at a right angle. How about C? C is 2 diagonal boxes away. So we're going to go 2 diagonal boxes on the other side, which is going to be right here. This is C prime. And that should be, yeah, that's our answer. So we basically do the same thing as we were doing before, but it's just kind of an angled line, okay? Or another way we can do this is we can use like kind of a rule. Okay, there's actually a rule we can use instead of like actually like, yeah, using the graph. And so let's talk about that too. So we have X, Y, okay? We're doing kind of like the translation rule, and that's gonna go, the rule for this is going to be Y and X, okay? All right, so let's go ahead and do this here. So the points we had were C was negative 2, 2. Okay, and we had D was 1, 2. Okay. So what we're going to do is we're going to, basically what we're going to do with the X and Y, we're going to flip them around, right? So we have C prime. C prime is, so we flip around the Y and X, so negative 2, 2 becomes what? 2, negative 2. Is that the same spot as where C prime is? Right 2, down 2? It is. Nice. How about D prime? What's D prime going to be? Well, we flip around the 1 and 2 to become 2 and 1. And you can see that 2, 1 is actually where D prime is, okay? So you can use the graph, or else you can also use just like the rules, the coordinate rules we can also do, okay? Excellent. All right, let's keep moving here. So some rules for reflections. All right. So I don't like how it says AB here. So change all these ABs. Let's just do XY. I don't know why they changed it to AB. That's kind of silly because it is XY. Here's the rules. And I'm kind of making these up, not making these up, but I'm kind of translating these in real time. So we'll see how we do here. So if you're reflecting over the X-axis, it's going to be the rule X and opposite of Y. Okay. If you're reflecting over the Y-axis, it's going to be opposite of X and Y. If you're reflecting over the line Y equals X, like we just talked about, that's going to be Y and X. And if you reflect over negative X, which is the same thing but going down kind of like at a 45-degree angle the opposite way, that's going to be the opposite of Y and the opposite of X. Okay, let me just double check these, make sure they're good. Looks like they are. Okay, you can double check the notes, make sure I didn't make any mistakes, but I don't know why they changed it to AB. That's kind of silly. So, all right, so example 3. Yeah, let's do this here. So we have, it says reflect CD from example 2 in the line Y equals X, and graph CD in its image. Okay, so the line Y equals X, like we talked about, is basically another 45-degree angle, but it's going down from left to right. Okay, so Y equals X and Y equals negative X are kind of important. Okay, let's graph our points here. Actually, let's write the coordinates. The coordinates we had, so the red ones were we had, so it goes X, Y to something, but we'll talk about that later. So C was negative 2, 2, and D was 1, 2. Okay. All right, so let's go ahead and graph these here. So negative 2, 2 is left 2, up 2, and that is C. And then we had D was 1, 2, which is right 1, up 2, so that is D. We use a dashed line, okay? That's where the line was, okay? So if we graph, let's just kind of do it both ways here. If we kind of graph over that reflection line, where is C prime going to be? Well, C is on the line, so C prime is also going to be on the line. How about D prime? Well, D is like a box and a half at a right angle from the reflection line, so we're going to go a box and a half at a right angle from the reflection line. So we're going to have D prime down here, and this is going to be that. Now let's see, what's the rule? Let's do the coordinate rules too. So you can do the graph if you're comfortable with it, or the reflection rules. And the reflection rule for this one is going to be the opposite of Y and the opposite of X. Let's just check and see if that works here, right? So we have C prime. So the opposite of Y would be negative 2, and the opposite of X would be 2. So we get the same thing. Looks good. How about D prime? We have opposite of 2 is negative 2, and the opposite of X is going to be negative 1. So we get negative 2, negative 1. Looks like those match up with our coordinates, so we did well. Okay, so we have a couple checkpoints here. Why don't you guys pause the video and see how you do. Okay, so we're graphing over the line Y equals X. So let's draw that line there. The Y equals X is going up, and Y equals negative X is going down. We'll draw both those while we're here, actually. Okay. All right, so let's graph these. So we have negative 1, negative 2, so left 1, down 2. What's happening here? Left 1, down, okay, left 1, down 2, that is J. And we have 1, negative 2, which is right 1, down 2, and that is K. And that's a dashed line. All right, and if we were to graph this, just so you guys know, the translation rule would be YX. Okay, so J prime, do green once this moves here. Go away, go away. There we go. All right, so J prime is going to be, so the opposite of Y and X would be negative 2, negative 1. And the opposite of K for K prime would be negative, let's see here, negative 2, positive 1. So let's graph that. So we have negative 2, negative 1. You can see it's a half box away at a right angle, which is good. And then we have negative 2, positive 1, which is right here, and that's K prime, and that is also it's basically 1.5 boxes at a right angle there, so we know we did this right. Excellent. Very cool. All right, next one here. Let's do the same thing. So we have y equals negative x. We have, let's see here. So we have -1, -2, left 1, down 2. And we have 1, -2, right 1, down 2. Okay, that's this dashed line. So we have j is here, k is here. And if we reflect, the rule for y equals negative x is opposite of y and opposite of x. And so we have j prime would be opposite of y would be 2, and opposite of -1 would be 1. So we should have 2, 1. And for k prime, we should have opposite of -2 is 2, and opposite of 1 would be -1. So if we graph that, we go right 2 up 1. And we have right 2 down 1. You can see that's going to be good. So we have j prime and k prime. And those are also at a right angle. And we're good. Cool. All right, and then also the last thing we have here is a theorem. It's this reflection theorem is that a reflection is an isometry, okay? So basically it doesn't change the shape or size of the shape. Okay, and that is all I have for you today. Thank you for watching. Have a great day, and we will talk soon.